I also had two careers. Some street shit and then like some music shit, right? And so it was kind of like you had both this kind of like street respect shit happening, and then like, oh, this nigga can really rap shit happening like on different levels. And I don't want to hype it up too much, like, oh, this nigga's a straight street G. Like it wasn't no shit like that.
No. And we don't even got to get into all that, but you know.
But you had people cut from like the same cloth operating like, oh, you respect these niggas because they really on they from this type of world type shit. Then you got these niggas who from this type of world. And it wasn't like we got respect from Jay on all levels, right? He fuck Chill on some business shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Chill and this nigga Ed talking about business. So you seeing Chill give JayZ advice and shit. You know, like Chill, Jay calling shit on some like, yo, what you think about that? Right? And
wow,
we was already on the rap shit was already done. When I went to go see Jay, it was like 2000 and fucking maybe 2000, not 2001, maybe like 2002. I took my man James Lockhart, who was out of Cabrini Green, and we went to the Peninsula and fucking knocked on the door, and Jay opened up the door. And I just he's like, come in, niggas. And we just went in there, and I just started rapping. He's like, let me hear something. Right? And we know Jay comes through from Big Chuck. So Big Chuck is the OG homie. Remember, first time I meet Chill is when I meet Big Chuck at the same time. They homies. So Big Chuck cool with everybody. So he cool with Jay. So it's like, hey, Jay, here's Lupe. And Jay was like, this nigga's nice. And so mind you, no mixtapes, no deals, no none of that shit. This man that I've been studying since I was fucking, let's call it 16 years old, right? And in the span of like maybe, maybe 4 or 5 years, you get to sit across the table from this motherfucker. And
he lets you in his hotel room. Like, come on.
Like he opens the door type shit. Like you knock on the door, and who opens the motherfucking door? Motherfucking JayZ just opened up the door. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're supposed to send a servant to open up this motherfucker.
Right.
But you get down to brass tacks, you sit across the table, you rap for this motherfucker, and he like, you're nice. I was done.
That's it. That's all you needed.
It's over with. Like, ain't nothing else, Steven. What's up, nigga? You nice. Right? The nigga who you've been studying, the GOAT of the shit, he's telling you that you nice. And then from there, it just become like, man, y'all in New York, come to the crib. We go to the crib. The nigga giving me shoes and Gucci pants. But that was his shit. Like he would just give his shit away, go to baseline, drop off shit to niggas or whatever. So you in this nigga crib, he got a motherfucking Monopoly board with real money, right? Gold pieces and shit.
That is not fake. That is a real thing. He played Monopoly with real money. Play Monopoly with real cash.
He just got like just shit. Like what you heard in the records, you go into this nigga's apartment and that shit is like, welcome to JayZ land, right? And nigga like, man, come to he giving you Roc-A-Fella, giving you motherfucking just like, what else is there to do? Right? I'm literally walking around in JayZ's literally walking around in this man's shoes. Literally walking around, and I could go to the mall and do whatever the fuck I want with my own.
Right. It's not you have money, but like it's different like, when he gives you a pair of Gucci pants or whatever.
Right.
Like these came from home.
I was like, I'm not buying no Gucci pants. Like I'm never doing that shit. Nigga gives you some Gucci pants. And you sitting on like, and the funny shit. So I guess, because they got Roc-A-Fella, so these niggas just getting boxes and boxes of their own shit. So I guess it's season shit that he never wore type shit, right?
Right.
He would just like clean out his closet to make room for the new shit. So I guess this shit was just known. So I was like me, fucking hip hop, G, just like, hey, you clean out the closet day. Come on, niggas. I mean, it's Roc-A-Fella from JayZ. It's like fucking JayZ's giving you Roc-A-Fella. So anyway, I'm fanning out. I'm being a fangirl right now. But anyway, so the nigga, he just putting this shit on the pile in the closet, right? Closet big as a motherfucking a nigga's dining room. So he's just putting shit on the floor. And I mean, Jay a tall motherfucker, so I can't like wear all this shit. So I'm like, yo, he like, what you want? I'm thinking like about bags and carrying shit back. And I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just get, just give me a couple of things. I'm gonna definitely take them motherfucking Air Force Ones though, like all day. I'm taking all them bitches. So he came out from the dressing room and shit, and he's like, he came up to me and he put the jeans on my shoulder. He's like, yo, these for you. Right. I was like, oh, cool, man. And I'm thinking it's like some Roc-A-Fella shit, right? But it's some Gucci jeans. I was like, oh shit, I got this nigga Gucci jeans. Like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga gave some Gucci jeans. Oh shit. But
crazy.
I just specifically picked those. So the niggas wouldn't just ramble. They was like, nah, y'all niggas get the Roc-A-Fella. But I'm giving Lupe the Gucci shit. Like, I'm not giving y'all.
You walked out with some, maybe probably 2 big Gucci jeans. I hope you still have those and the Air Force Ones you got. I
gave him to Chill's brother. Right? I can fit this. I mean, big long motherfucking jean. I could have got him hemmed up, but I was like, I'm not a Gucci jean nigga anyway. But I appreciated that. So when I got, like, hey man, JayZ gave me some pants. Motherfucker like, damn, JayZ gave you some motherfucking pants. So like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't just happen to anybody.
Nah. Same shit happened with the Sdots. When the Sdots came, that nigga drove to Arista. I think Arista was like on 55th and like between 8th and 9th or some shit like that in New York or whatever. Jay pulled up in the 600, popped the trunk. I was like, yo, I'm downstairs. Popped the trunk and gave me boxes of Sdots.
And this is before Food and Liquor. This is before all that. This is what's so crazy about it. Like, you were getting this type of love from Hove pre-album, really pre-mixtapes.
Way back.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. So he really believed you were the Jedi.
Yeah.
Man.
He did.
What a story.
The cool shit is like, man, so when niggas look at like, oh, JayZ executive produced your album, it's like, man, fuck that. I was walking around in nigga Air Force Ones and fucking old 2, nigga. Like,
it's deeper than that. It's not just that. Like, yo.
Pride and shit. Like, yo, nigga, these are JayZ's. You got the Roc-A-Fella Air Force Ones. Okay, cool. Nigga, these are literally JayZ's shoes, nigga. Niggas like, what?
That's different. Yo, that's crazy. And this is like, yo, the wildest part is this is pre-internet. So like, you have no camera. There's no video footage of this stuff. Yeah, this is all up here.
But it's also like, certain things are private. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain thing ain't for, like, some niggas do it to like show off and shit. And I always been like super low key. Man, right. I get a chance to talk to Chill. Hopefully you do, man. He'll bring you in deeper on some other shit. But it was like, I always been low key. I never wanted to be like the front nigga ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just so happy to do that. My skill set pushed me to the front. You know what I'm saying? But I never cared about money. None of that shit. Ask Chill. I never cared about money. Never cared about none of that shit. But I always had it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always had whatever I put my mind to, I got. So I wanted the Mueller. So I had the fucking Blueberry Mueller with the mug. We had the first 15 pieces, the whole shit. Police took all that shit. But it was like,
damn.
It wasn't nothing to want. Like, and when you coming from the other side, you already know what's the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's at the end, and ain't shit. So if you come into it with respect, you come into it where you don't need nothing from nobody, right? And when we was going to New York, nigga, we weren't staying in like the Peninsula, some shit like that. We was sleeping on Bryce's couch, or we'd get room and it'd be me and Chill in the same room, just on some double shit. You feel me? Like, but it didn't mean nothing. Like, it wasn't like, nigga, for what? Like, what I'm finna go spend 1,500 on a motherfucking room a night, nigga? You just finna be sleep any motherfucking way. Then we finna get up and go out. Like, nigga, just fuck that, right? So I came up on some like frugal shit with everything. Didn't need nothing from nobody. Wasn't nobody finna fucking do nothing to us. And it was just like, you slowly becoming and learning to be one of the best rappers ever, right? Like your whole shit is like set. Like if you look back at like some old videos, like if you ever get a chance to see the Boom 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 video, it's with Rob Jackson and
yeah,
right?
I've seen that video before.
I got the cameo in the video, right? With some Roc-A-Fella shit, right? Flooded, right? Whole neck looked crazy, right? And nigga, we came into the game like that.
Right.
You know, niggas paid dues. And it was like, ain't nothing left to do, but just the only thing that we haven't done is sell records. Then once we started like selling, like really selling records, like we had deals and advances and all that shit, right? But it's like, only thing we've yet to do is really sell records. And then once we sold records, there wasn't nothing else to do. We got the Grammys. Like, oh, we had Grammys before though. Anyway, this story is becoming like the memoirs, man.